Should you tell people you own Bitcoin? It sounds like a simple question, but it has layers most people haven't thought through. There's the social side, the awkward conversations, the eye rolls, the unsolicited opinions. And then there's the security side, which is the part that actually matters more than most people realize. I'm Sats, and this is episode 3 of questions I was too embarrassed to ask. Let's keep it simple. Let's deal with the social side first, because it's usually what people are actually asking about when they bring this up. Telling people you own Bitcoin tends to produce one of a small number of reactions. Someone who is curious and wants to understand it. Someone who thinks it's a scam and tells you so. Someone who already owns some and immediately wants to talk about price. Or a family member who worries about you and asks if you've thought this through. None of those reactions are particularly surprising. And honestly, most of them are fine. If you know why you own Bitcoin, you can handle the conversation. If you're still figuring it out yourself, those conversations can feel uncomfortable because you don't yet have solid answers to the questions they're raising. Social awkwardness is not really a Bitcoin problem. It's a confidence and clarity problem, and it tends to resolve itself as you understand the asset better. But here's the part of this question that deserves more attention than it usually gets. Telling people you own Bitcoin is a security consideration, and depending on who you tell and how much you hold, it can meaningfully change your risk profile. Here's what I mean. Bitcoin is a bearer asset. Whoever controls the private keys controls the Bitcoin. Unlike a bank account, there is no fraud protection, no chargeback, no customer service line to call if something goes wrong. If someone gets access to your seed phrase, your Bitcoin is gone. Permanently. And the most common way that happens is not through a sophisticated technical attack. It's through social engineering. Someone who knows you own Bitcoin, knows roughly how much, and has access to your home or your trust is a much more viable threat than a random hacker trying to break encryption. This is sometimes called a wrench attack. Not because it's always physical, but because it represents the scenario where the weakest point in your Bitcoin security is not your hardware or your software. It's the fact that you are a person who can be pressured, manipulated, or deceived by someone who already knows what you have. Now, I want to be clear about something. I am not saying everyone who knows you own Bitcoin is a threat. The vast majority of people are not. But the calculus is simple. The more people who know, the larger the surface area of risk. And the more specific information people have, how much you hold, where you store it, what wallet you use, the more that risk increases. So what's the practical guidance here? Think of it like this. There are different levels of disclosure, and each level carries different trade-offs. Level 1 is telling close family members or a trusted partner. This is often necessary and appropriate, especially for inheritance planning. The people who need to know what happens to your Bitcoin if something happens to you need to know you have it. This is a reasonable and important disclosure, but even here, the operational details, the specific seed phrase location, the wallet setup, the amounts, should be shared carefully and only with people who genuinely need to know. Level 2 is telling friends or colleagues. This is where most of the social friction comes from, and also where most of the unnecessary disclosure happens. Mentioning you own Bitcoin in casual conversation is low risk in most cases, but it's worth being vague about amounts. I have a small amount is very different from sharing your portfolio value. The former is a conversation. The latter is an invitation to be sized up. Level 3 is posting about it publicly. On social media, in online forums, in comment sections. This is where the risk increases most meaningfully. Not because everyone online is malicious, but because you lose control of who sees that information and how it gets used. Public posts saying you hold a significant amount of Bitcoin, combined with your real name, your location, and your general routine, gives someone with bad intentions more than enough to work with. Here's the principle worth carrying forward. Own the fact that you hold Bitcoin. Be comfortable saying so if it comes up, but treat the specifics, the amounts, the storage, the setup, like you would treat your banking details. You wouldn't tell a room full of people your account balance or your PIN. The same logic applies here. One more thing that often comes up. What about telling a financial advisor or an accountant? This is different from the social disclosure question. These are professional relationships where disclosure is often necessary for accurate tax reporting and financial planning. Bitcoin holdings can have tax implications. Getting proper advice requires your advisor to know what you hold. That kind of professional disclosure is both appropriate and in your interest. Just make sure you are working with someone who understands Bitcoin well enough to give you useful guidance. Let's bring it together. The social side of this question is mostly about confidence and clarity. The more you understand Bitcoin, the less uncomfortable those conversations feel. The security side is more important than most people realize. Bitcoin is a bearer asset with no fraud protection. The people who know you own it and how much Represent your real-world risk surface. Share carefully. Tell close family what they need to know, especially for inheritance. Be vague about amounts in casual conversation. Avoid specific public disclosure of what you hold. Treat the specifics of your Bitcoin setup like banking details. Own the asset, protect the details. And for professional advisors, accountants, financial planners, disclosure is often appropriate and necessary. Make sure they know what they're dealing with. If you haven't yet thought through what happens to your Bitcoin if something happens to you, that question connects directly to this one. The video on Bitcoin inheritance planning covers exactly what your family needs to know and how to make sure they can access it. Watch that next. Stack smart, stay curious. See you in the next stack.